度化天下无边无际的有情众生，速得无上正等觉圆满佛果。请大家发广大殊胜的菩提心，以及方便广大密咒神动机，并且如理如法的谛听。
Please listen to the teaching by cultivating the two aspects of supreme motivation, the vast intention of the Mahayana Bodhicitta, and the vast method of the sacred mantra Vanjayana, so as able to lead all sentient beings as limitless as space to the state of the unsurpassed Buddhahood.
那今天呢，我们继续讲龙清心髓前行引导文内家行在这个内家行里面呢，我们分了皈依、发心，然后金刚萨埵然后供养曼达拉上师相应法。那现在呢，我们在供养曼达拉的部分，然后在供养曼达拉的部分里面呢，我们分了好几个层次来做这个供养积累资粮。那现在呢，我们是在最后一个阶段以格萨利的修法在这个的地方我们继续往下讲。
So today we'll be continue on the Longchen Nyingtik preliminary teaching. In particular, currently we are on the inner preliminary teaching. Within the inner preliminary teaching, it consists of several topics: the taking of refuge, arousing bodhicitta, the practice of Vajrasattva, offering mandala, Guru Yoga. So currently, we are still continue on the subject of the offering of mandala. Within this section on the offering mandala, there are several levels or several methods in which how we accumulate merits. Several methods have been taught, and now we will be continuing on the last section in regarding the method of Kusali accumulation.
那我们首先在讲这个施身修法的这个地方，那什么叫做施身修法呢？施就是我们要布施自己的身体，然后呢来作为一个修法叫做施身的修法所以这个修法对于很多人来说可能比较不容易理解为什么要有一个这样的修法，所以呢在这里我简单的讲一下为什么我们要有这样的一个修法。
So first, when we are talking about this practice of chod, or the practice of offering the body, what does it mean? It means that we are practicing the act of generosity of our body, using our body as a way of practice of generosity. That is the practice. So there may be certain people that find this practice hard to understand as to why we have this kind of practice. So here I will briefly explain the reason.
我们首先要知道修法的目的是什么。那我们所谓的佛法佛经里面讲的修法的目的是为一切众生离苦得乐唯一的目的就是这个，再没有任何别的那个目的，就是要为众生离苦得乐。
So first, we need to understand kind of like the purpose or the goal of practicing Buddha Dharma. What is the goal of practicing Buddha Dharma? The goal is for all sentient beings to be free from suffering and attain happiness, and that is the only goal, and nothing else.
那一切众生的痛苦是来自何处呢？我们一切众生的痛苦是来自于我执有了我执，所以产生了种种的痛苦烦恼。
Then what is the source of all the suffering in which all sentient beings what is the source of all the sentient beings suffering? The source of all the suffering comes from self-attachment. And from within this self-attachment among the sentient beings arouse many countless sufferings.
因为有了我执，所以呢会产生自私的心，然后呢会产生嫉妒的心，会产生傲慢的心，会产生这个嗔恨心这些全部都是因为有了我执会产生这些不一样的这个心念头。当这些不一样的念头升起来的时候呢，会导致你就是不舒服、不快乐、痛苦。
Because of the self-attachment, then there arise their sense of thoughts of selfishness, jealousy, arrogance, hatred. These are all due to the self-attachments in which among sentient beings. And therefore, when these thoughts arise, these afflictions, when they arise, they will cause you to feel unwell, not happy, and also a sense of suffering.
这种烦恼呢，不但是给自己带来痛苦，而且也会给别人带来痛苦以及伤害。
These kind of afflictions not only bring suffering to yourself, but also bring sufferings to others.
所以呢，我们在佛经里面要离苦得乐，就是我们要从根断出制造痛苦的这个因。
So, according to the Buddhist Sutra, in order to be liberated from suffering and attain happiness, we must eliminate or cease the root of the suffering, the root cause of suffering.
如果要从根断出这个痛苦的因的话呢，是不是只有一种方法就可以呢？是不行的，因为众生的根器不一样，众生的层次智慧然后业力缘分很多不一样的，所以呢必须就是用不同的方式来针对不一样的众生来解决这一个问题。
So, in order to cease the cause of suffering, is it enough for within just one method? No, that is because sentient beings, among all these sentient beings, they have different types of faculties. They have different levels of wisdom, different levels of karmic debt. Their connections are different. So within all these different criteria, thus there will be different methods to allow them to attain this goal.
所以呢，我们所说84000种法门，这是释迦牟尼佛陀传了84000种法门。为什么要传84000种法门呢？是因为众生的烦恼有84000种所以84000种烦恼的针对这个烦恼的有84000种法门，就好像有84000种疾病对治这个疾病的有84000种药一样的。
So thus Buddha have taught 84,000 ways or path in order to cease the cause of suffering. And why taught 84,000? And that is because the sentient beings, they have 84,000 types of mental afflictions, and thus there are 84,000 types of remedies to counter these mental afflictions. It's as if there are 84,000 illness, and thus there are 84,000 antidote.
所以呢，我们今天讲的这个施身法是在这些里面的其中一种。这一种法呢，也是在根器上面来讲，也是比较深的根器比较深的根器的对治这些人的一种法门。
So here today, the practice of chod, or the practice of offering the body, is among one of the method of the 84,000, and also also this practice is also focused on the sentient beings with a higher faculty. This is the method for them to practice to counter kind of the afflictions.
也是针对一些比较勇敢的，那个比较直接、比较勇敢的对境啊，然后呢，比较直接的修行啊，这样的一个方法。
And also, this is a method for those who are more courageous in their personality, as well as this is a more direct practice, a method as well.
为什么说要比较勇敢的对境呢？因为你不勇敢的话，你没有办法布施自己的身体，所以呢，这个是比较勇敢的人才能够做得到的一种修法。然后为什么说是比较直接的呢？因为它不是在外面的一些行为上做一些修饰，而直接针对你的我执的，所以是比较直接的修法。
So why would you need to be more courageous? That is because if you're not courageous, you would not have the courage to practice offering of your own body. So this is more of a courageous method. And why is it more direct? That is because it is focused not on the external factors in your practice, but more directly on your internal sense of self-attachment.
然后为什么说是根基比较深一点的人呢？因为这个里面的很多的这些观想是一边浅层的根基人，或者是比较这个根基小的这样的对境的话，他们是比较不容易接受的所以呢，必须要根基比较深的人才能够接受，来可以修这样的一个法。
And why we say this method is for those with the higher faculty? That is because the visualization required in this practice may be harder for those with lesser faculty to accept. Thus, this practice is pertain mainly for those with the practitioners of higher faculty.
然后所以呢我们所说的施身法大致上就是这样的。那做了这个施身法有什么功德呢？这样一个观想，这样一个行为这样一个做法有什么功德呢？那这里就有两种效率。我们所说功德也好，所谓的功德，也就是我们做一件事情它的效率。效率是什么呢？它的效率就是一方面可以把我们常常对我执有很强烈的那个执着，可能会减一点温，减温没有办法马上取掉我执，但是好像你一个水在滚的时候，你上面倒一点点凉水，它那个滚烫的那个水会降下去一点点可以帮助我们对我执很强烈的我执的执着呢，可以降温一点。看看这是一个。另外一个呢，我们这样的一个观修的修法呢，可以积累很大的资粮这是两个。
So this is the general, what we can say as the outline of this practice, or the kind of like the goal of this practice, and what does the practice consist of, and what merit or what quality are you able to obtain from this practice. When we do something, we refer to as kind of like the result or the quality, or what is it that we are able to obtain. So there are two aspects. One is that you're able to decrease what we refer to as the temperature of your self-attachment. It is as if you pour some cold water onto a bowl of the boiled water, and thus you're able to lowering the temperature a little bit. You may not be able to completely cease or eliminate self-attachment, but you're able to lower the severity of it as you do this practice. And then the other quality or the other result is that this practice allows us to accumulate extremely vast merits.
当然，如果是断法修得很成功，这个施身法修得很好的话，当然最后也是一样的，可以完全断出我执、证悟空性，这样的。
Of course, if you have able to really master this practice, then in the end you can also eliminate completely your self-attachment and thus attain the level of emptiness.
所以呢，在这里的话，就是我们简单的讲了一下这个施身修法就是个怎么样一回事情这样。
So here, this is a brief outline or the brief discussion on what, in general, overall, this practice means.
Teyong tongpo rong ni mu pa la komba yo na nan shi nam khar par des ka chi ko thumr che chung da tester man na rang ge nyong wi se sim number shi bingo ma chi thuma nong ma kar ta lang e yo ba sha ye chi ko nam khar sha rang oyon tho thak thakaran zam ba ar na ta ye se phag zer nong po ngir da ro ba thumu chap she chen te ta ji chet la pha ji ju bi ji ju bi che sa mi lam ji de shu chong wu ga ne jing ji thom bi mu la reng gen li de ni ro ri ji de long long gi ji de yang da de lin de da wu ma yin ber che wa cho wa nam ba dong sim ji ja chen dong nian ba ji de gong de ne reng yi ma ji thu ma nong mo ro sa ri shi yi ji zhe ge de reng ge li wen bo di men sam si cha zam shi bi to ba er ga ji Go Toba Ding Das Tin de Tavu Mayim Bas Dong Sum Ji Ja Chun Dong Nyam Bas Chik De Gum Deni Tumi Shao Yun Bi Toba De Long Ni Mu Yu Mungu Jib Rab Dong Nyam Bas Sum Ji Dong De Charwal Rang Laf Tan Charwa Rang Laf Tan De Siyong Tumi Shao Ji Tukuk De Vemro Deni Lungi Long De Topi Nong De Jak De Jacques Dene Topi Stanga Namkar Durtse Rongin Hongi Karbo Jigdong Hongi Karbo Jigdong Topi Ote Me Rongin Yike Atom Marpo Gum Dene Ahong Jute 接下来我们就到注文在这个318页中文的话这里怎么说的呢？是施身修法，首先如果自己具有娴熟的观想能力，则可观想神识腾空，一刹那变成愤怒佛母。这个的话就是平时我们对这个观想很熟悉的人很熟悉的人的话，就是可以这样观想就是一刹那的一瞬间就是把自己的神识呢，就是从体内出去，然后就是变成愤怒佛母，就是我们在这个中文的法本里面有这个像你们看到这个里面后面这个深黑蓝色的这个叫做愤怒佛母就是变成一个这样的像，大家这样就是后面这个后面对，最下面这位对这个就是观想的这样。
So from now on to the main practice, the English text is page 298. Then this is for the practice of offering the body. First, if you are used to the visualization, you may choose to shoot your consciousness directly into space and visualize it there instantaneously as the wrathful Black True Mother. So this first, if those who are very familiar or adept at the way of visualization, then you can visualize that instantly. You shoot out your consciousness, and it manifests as what we refer to the wrathful Black True Mother or trauma. You can see if you have the Chinese edition, you have a kind of image of reference. It's on page 317, in which the dark blue deity. That is the visualization that you to use in this practice.
这个就是有熟练的人的话，他可以瞬间这样观想。如果是不是那么很熟练的话，就是一个步骤一个步骤的一点一点的开始观想。那要怎么观想呢？倘若不能如此，则以自己心间将心事之本体观为玛吉黑路姆。这个里面有一个很重要的，就是我们要观想自己的意识自己的意识变成这个玛吉黑路姆，就是说这个愤怒佛母观想着愤怒佛母是在自己心间的这个然后呢，起舞之战士就是有舞的之是站着的，然后呢，右手挥弯刀于空中。左手持充满血的拖把于胸前，拖把就是嘎巴拉头盖骨。右耳旁有一黑色珠面发出好声，具足所有愤怒装束并念帕这样，这个是正式在修的时候就是要这样观想就把自己观想成金刚黑路姆。然后呢是左手持弯刀，右手右手持弯刀，左手持充满血的这个嘎巴拉就是头盖骨然后呢就在右耳的旁边有一个黑色的猪头面就是把自己观想成这样的。
所以观想我们自己的意识。
对对对。
And then continue on. If you are not, it means if you're not really familiar with visualization, imagine in your heart the essence of your mental consciousness in the form of the wrathful mother. So here, there's actually a really critical importance to take that. It is you visualize your own consciousness in the form of wrathful mother. That is very important. And continue on. She is dancing and swaying, brandishing a curved knife high in the air with her right hand, with her left holding a skull cup. That's what we refer to as the gabala, full of blood at her heart. The squealing head of a black soul protrudes from behind her right ear. She is wearing the apparel of a wrathful goddess and reciting the pate, as you pronounce the syllable pate, and that's where we for this passage. So again, this is when you visualize yourself as the what we refer to as the wrathful mother or trauma. Again, your right hand will be with the curved blade, and your left hand will be holding the gabala or the skull cup with the blood. And again, you visualize on your right ear there's a face of a form of a black pig. And this is way how you visualize in this practice when you first begin to practice. This is the visualize that you of your own consciousness that's to be visualized in this manner.
然后这里所谓的 "pad" 这个字，"pad" 这个字它的真正的含义是斩断，斩断的，它这斩断什么呢？它不一样的时候，它有不一样的意义。这里面主要就是斩断我执，斩断这些这个执着我执，象征意义就这样。所以在这里首先念一声 "pad" 这样。然后之后呢，就是观想神识经过中脉道从犯尽穴完全出来后，自己的身体立即变成了一具尸体，而纵然倒地这里就是你一念诵 pad 之后呢，我们对这个身体的这个我执就是象征意义就是完全断掉，然后呢，你的意识刚刚已经观想着黑路姆这个呢，从自己的中脉然后从头顶就是离开了这个身体。当离开了这个身体以后呢，你原本的这个身体由血肉组成的这个身体就变成一具尸体了，就是倒地了这样。
And continue, as you pronounce the syllable pet, the wrathful mother flies up through your central channel. At the exact instant that she shoots up out of the aperture of the Brahma on the top of your head, your body becomes a corpse and collapsing heap. So here, when we refer to the word pet, it means the word means to cut off. And what is it that we need to cut off? There are several meanings in several contexts. However, in here, it means to cut off or cut down the self-attachment. So here you visualize that once you recite the syllable pet, it means that you have completely cut off your sense of self-attachment, and then your consciousness leaves, or which you visualize as the trauma or the wrathful mother. It leaves through your central channel, and then you visualize that your own body, it becomes your own corporeal body composing of flesh and blood. That body had been fell onto the ground.
然后并观想此尸体也已不像往日那样，往日的身体那样，而是极为浓大，是不是？广大，是不是？庞大，好像庞大、肥壮，还有就是华丽、锐泽的，大小等同于3000大千世界。再将自己观为玛吉黑路姆，右手用弯刀向自己那个尸体的白毫间一指，结果其天灵盖即立即断掉。这个就是我们当身体意识离开了尸体之后，这个尸体就倒到地上了。倒到地上的时候呢，自己就是腾空，在就是天空上了，在上空了。这个尸体倒在地上的这个尸体呢，就是变成了非常非常大的，本来是一个很瘦的身体的，这个时候就又肥又胖又大，然后就很肥腻的这样就是观想着很大，像3000大千世界那么大的。然后呢，那个黑路姆的右手那个弯刀弯刀这样一指，就是指在这个白毫间，就是这里额头的这个部位这个部位这样一指，就是整个头盖骨从这样就是打开了，就是打开就是观想着整个头盖骨就这样打开了。
And here, you do not think of your body as having its normal appearance. Instead, see it as fat, greasy, and huge, as big as the entire cosmos of a billion world. With a single blow of the curved knife right in her right hand, the wrathful Black Mother, the visualized form of your consciousness, instantly slice off the top of the inanimate body's skull at the level of the eyebrows to make a skull cup. So here, once our consciousness leaves the body, we visualize the body fell to the ground. Then your consciousness or yourself, you're in the air, and then you visualize that the body had become really instantly huge, really, really vast, large. Measure in which it is becoming fat, greasy, and etc. And then the size is just as a billion world. Then you visualize your consciousness as trauma, or the Black Mother, with the curved blade on her right hand, cuts the body's skull right in the middle between the eyebrows, as pointed out, and then the skull cap opens.
那个拖把也不像现在这样，其大小也等同于3000大千世界。又观想愤怒母左手拿起那个拖把，放在如须弥山般大的3个人头支起的灶上，额头朝向自己，右手又用弯刀挑起尸体，完全放于拖把之内。这个时候就是我们平时做饭的时候，我想这里可能大家不知道，以前我们在藏地到野外烧茶的时候呢，我们就会拿3个石头，放3个石头，然后呢就是上面放锅 或是什么东西那个茶火什么都放在上面，下面烧火就可以煮饭了，就是这样，如同这样的。所以这个时候也是拿3个像须弥山一样大的人头，上面呢刚刚我们的这个拖把这个头盖骨就是放在也变成那么很大的头盖骨放在上面，然后呢用这个弯刀把这个尸体挑起来，然后扔进这个头盖骨里面就是这样。
Here again, meditate that the skull cup is not life-size, but as big as entire cosmos of a billion world. With her left hand, the wrathful mother picks up the skull cup and places it with the brows facing her on a tripod made of 3 human skulls, each as large as Mount Meru. Then, with the hooked knife in her right hand, she lifts the whole corpse and puts it into the skull cup. So here, this is kind of how we do the cooking in Tibet. Many of you may not know, but when we are in Tibet, in the wilderness, we tend to lay 3 stones on the ground first, and on top of that, we put on a pot, and therefore we start the fire underneath so we can begin cooking. Likewise here, we take we visualize 3 human skulls as big as Mount Meru, and place it in along that, and you put the skull cup that we visualize as big as the cosmos of a billion world on top of the skull, the 3 human skulls, and then we use then we visualize with the curved blade on the right of the trauma or Black Mother. We pick up the body and put that body on inside the skull cup.
于拖把上方虚空中观想一个甘露之自信的白色的亨字亨字大家都看到了在这个中文里面有这个中文的法本里面有这个亨字然后呢拖把下方观想一个火之自信的红色的短这个呢这里中文的法本里面写的这个短好像不是这样的，真正的我们所说的短是一个三角形的，大家看到三角形的，为什么说是短呢？因为它原本的真正的字是完整的一个字是这样的，对不对？完本的字是这样的，然后在这里呢，所谓的短的时候，就是把这个字的一半给切掉，字的一半边切掉，然后另外一边呢就是倒着放，它就是一个三角形朝上的，应该是这样的，应该是这样的，所以呢，就是短是这个，然后这边写的这个亨字，当你观想这个亨字在上空的时候呢，亨字也是本来亨字是圆圈在上面，然后下面是哈字，但是在观想上空的时候，它是颠倒要观想成颠倒的，那个圆圈在下面，然后就是颠倒而观想，它是要这样观想的。
So here now visualize in the space above a white syllable hung with the nature of nectar, and beneath the skull the vertical stroke of a syllable what we read with the nature of fire. So here we can see the hung syllable in the here as well as in the Chinese edition. However, here the English edition of the referred to as the is really incorrect. And as Lama pointed,
both is not correct.
Both is not correct. So please, as just Lama mentioned, that when we refer to as here, what we say as the short
looks like this.
That's why it looks like it's kind of like an upside down 3-pointed thing. So So this is, please keep in mind that in the English edition as well as the Chinese edition, the syllable of the short ah is not the right, is not displayed properly. So again, the short ah means that when we visualize the syllable ah, we kind of just take the half of the ah syllable and we place it upside down, just as Lama had pointed out. That is what we refer to the short ah, the one that we need to visualize in our practice. And as well, the word hung, when we visualize the syllable hung in the air, when you see the syllable on your book, you see that the circle is on top. However, when you visualize, you have to visualize this syllable upside down, in which the circle is at the bottom. So that's how we need to visualize when we are doing the practice.
以前有人讲这个短啊就是这样的，以前在藏地也是有人这样理解过，但是后来我小时候在学院的时候，学习这个的时候，上师告诉这个短啊应该是这个，不是这个书上面写面的这个短啊哈。就是因为这个三角形，所谓的三角形是下面没有什么一横了，就是这个三角的，所以它这个形状有点像火燃烧的时候呢，它下面是比较粗的，上面是比较细的，所以它这个形象就有点象征于火一样的。所以待会儿我们观想的时候，它就是引发热能量的。这个三角形这个短啊，所以它这个有象征意义很多都是在这个上面，但是另外那个啊上面就没有这个象征意义，它那个形状也不像这个那个火的那个形状，所以这里有很多不一样的东西。
So when I was earlier in Tibet, there may be certain people of this in which when they receive teaching, that then this is how they perceive how the short ah syllable is. However, when I was in the Lama Buddhist Academy, my teacher, my Lama, have told me that instead of that, it should be how is just what I just told you, that the short syllable the short ah should be in that format, kind of a form of a triangle, sort of, in which kind of like a two line and this which merge together. So, and that's how we have to visualize, because that syllable also, it has many symbolic meaning, as well as actually many meaning. It kind of looks like it's heat, so like it evokes kind of heat for the visualization. So that is the visualization that we need to do. That's something that we need to be mind of when we are practicing.
然后呢，这些都观想清楚了之后，然后就要说念诵 Om Ahum， 并念诵 Om Ahum， 同时观想从短阿中燃起熊熊烈火，温暖了拖把里的尸体，使之融为甘露，自信而沸腾。盈满拖把之后，一切肮脏污秽的不净物变成水泡，浮沫的形态溢出，其体接触哼字，结果哼字也变热，降下的红白甘露之流混为一体，最后哼字完全化为光，并与拖把内的甘露融为一体，并念诵，这样。所以呢，这个就是第二个步骤要观想的。念 Om Ahum 的时候要怎么观想，就是这样。第二个步骤。所以这里你看，就是下面那个短啊，它就是火的自信，上面那个哼字，它就是甘露的自信。
As you say Om Ahum, fire blazes up from the stroke or the short ah and heats up the skull cup until the corpse sizzles and melts into nectar, which boils up and fills up the whole skull. Everything foul and impure flows off in the form of a frothing scum. Steam rises from the nectar and touches the syllable hung, heating it up by the contact. The hung exudes streams of red and white nectar, which drip down and blend together in an inseparable unity within the skull. The hung itself dissolves into light and melts into the nectar too. And visualizing all this, so this is the second step that you do as you recite Om Hum. Here you can see again here when we visualize the short ah, the syllable short ah, that is the with the nature of fire, and then the syllable hung is with the nature of the nectar.
然后在实修的时候要念诵的部分就是接下来这个啊，这是 pad， 你看。舍弃爱生执着，毁天魔，心事由犯学出如法界，成为愤怒母摧毁死魔，右持弯刀摧毁烦恼魔，斩断路盖摧毁色蕴魔。左手以事业引持盖，主语三是这里，你看这几句里面念下来的时候，就解释了什么呢？就是主要就是在说我们以上的这些观想，然后手上持的这些弯刀，它真正象征意义是什么？它斩断的是什么？在这里讲了天魔，然后就是烦恼魔、死魔。运魔这些全部这些我们所谓的上次我们讲的四魔都在这里有了，所以这些就是在这个过程当中以这样的观想方式斩断这些。
请问要不要把那个仪轨念完，还是就念到中间就好？
可以，可以把仪轨念完再讲可以。
Okay. So here, visualizing all this, and then you recite that the sadhana here. So here, there's an English translation here. It says, "Pat, the Kali demon is conquered by forsaking grasp of this beloved body. My mind emerged from my Brahma aperture into space. The demon of lore of death is conquered, becomes trauma. The demon of affliction is conquered by the curved blade in her right hand. And then the demon of aggregate, of form, and so forth is conquered. My skull is cut, and she holds the skull cup in her left hand in the manner of enlightened activity." Okay. And so, as we continue on reciting the sadhana, we can see that in each part of the visualization, each detail, for example, the curved blade, etc., we can see what they really mean, what the meaning is, and what kind of obstacle they eliminate. Here you can see that in particular here we can see that it eliminates the 4 demons, such as the Kali demon, or the demon of heavenly being, the demon of affliction, the demon of aggregate, and etc. So these are the 4 demons that we eliminate, just as we taught before in the previous class session.
Yeah. Pad lichtin zen will have the 좀 심청 빌고나 영라 톤 칠덕도 좀 추머지를 아예 뇽몽도 좀 듣고 계속 통보도 좀 토바 자연을 쉐트지 반다도 스크슴 지문고 제퍼죠 농통슴 강이 밤으로 대아통동 홍이고 드스 지르 저슴 진의 비정 비르지르 注于三身人头之造上壁中师身满三千大界为阿哼字所容成甘露，以嗡阿吽咒力尽增转这个就是我们之上讲解的这个部分的意思就是在这里。我们在一边念诵这个过程当中，就是要观想我之前讲的这些也拍，然后就我一边念诵一边就要观想这些 要把自己的身体变成这个分路母，然后从饭穴出去，然后呢尸体倒塌，然后就是等等等等等就之前讲的这些如果是简短的讲，就是这几个句子里面就包括了。然后呢，比较详细的讲解就是之前我这里讲的这些，就要一个一个的观想清楚。
And continue on with the sadhana. My skull placed on a tripod, hearth of human heads, the three kayas. Within is my corpse large enough to fill the billionfold universe. The latter, short ah and hong, melt into nectar, and it is purified, increased, and transformed by the power of the three syllables. So here again, this is from at this point. This sadhana is what we have just taught on the discussion that we just had. Again here, and then as you recite the sadhana, and you will visualize just what we have just talked about. Such as right in the beginning, you say pot, and then you visualize your body, your consciousness as stroma, and then it leaps through the aperture of your Brahma on this top of your head, and then your body collapses, etc. So here the sadhana is kind of the concise of the visualization, but to do the visualization in detail, you will follow what we have just talked about.
Om ma hong ji ju bi che a thong le member wa tho pa du nang ga vam ro de drsi rong jin de so ro ro jin ne khor de tho bi khan nang ne bak so tang chama ma tak bi cha tham chit ro wa tang trimi number shir le te long ba hong yi la phau be hong yi chong tu de drsi karmar chi jin va pa yang ni me de di shong par hong yi chong wo de tam ne jin ne to bi drsi tang ni me de tham par sam pa ji ju pa li chin zo ju rang ge om ma hong ji ju bi che om chi kha to zhu la so pa chun tham che jang yi mong bor per hong gi gang la gang do jing bu ru ji de zang mi ji der sun dur gi yin ji chen chen bo ru wa dang rang zhen de ji ru sam 然后这里你看最后一句以 om a hong 咒力进增转这三个字，其实这个所谓的转也可以，那这个字可能也许把它翻成就是变化的变，可能会更容易理解一点点。它是要把它变成更多就是变成心想所欲的物质，所以呢就是进增变，可能会转也可以，就是转变呀。然后这里说自己念诵 Om Ma Hong 时，观想以 Om 字尽出一切色香味等过患就是 Om 的作用是什么呢？ Om 这个咒语的作用就是它把这些里面的不净物全部就是清除掉，变成所有的这些它全部都是净的清净的就是以 Om 字它就是可以转换成这样。然后阿字的咒语的能量呢，它就是把这个变成增长，变得更多然后呢轰字呢就是转变为一切所求之物就是所谓的一切所求之物，有些想要食物、财物、住房、环境等等等等就是所求之物就是 Om Ma Hong 这三个字呢，就是边念就是边观想我们所在这个甘托巴里面的这些甘露，就是转换成这样。
So here, if you can look at the last phrase, and it is purify, increase, and transform by the power of the 3 syllable. The 3 syllable here says the Chinese edition saying to kind of, well, in general, the English translation is right. It means to transform. It means to change, allow it to transform into whichever you wish for. So here in the Om syllable, the Om syllable means that it eliminates, as you recite the syllable, it eliminates all the impure substance within the skull cap, and all become pure. The A syllable means to enhance or increase these pure elements many times fold. And then the Hom syllable means to transform this nectar into everything that you desire, such as the food, wealth, housing, etc. So you do this visualization as you recite and then you visualize how these nectar in the skull cap transform into these things as you recite the sadhana.
然后呢，即成为布满一切所愿之云，无漏智慧之甘露有无自性。我们在这里要了解一下这个有漏和无漏哈。我们世间的我们所有的一切财物，一切这个享受的一切事情都是有漏法。什么叫做有漏法呢？有漏法就是痛苦，有漏法它会将带来痛苦叫做有漏法。无漏法是什么呢？无漏的话，它就是不会带来痛苦，只会带来快乐。无漏和有漏大致上要这样去理解。一切有漏法都是痛苦的所以呢，这个时候这些甘露就是变成一切就是无漏智慧之甘露自信这样。
So here, I will just recite I will say the passage. As you repeat Om Ahom, visualize that the Om purifies the nectar of all imperfections of color, smell, taste, and so on. The Ah makes it increase many times over, and the Hom transforms it into everything that could be wished for. It takes on the nature of the immaculate nectar of primal wisdom, which manifests in clouds that billow out and satisfy all possible desires. So here the term, as we point out in the Chinese text, immaculate. Immaculate means perfect. So here we need to understand what is the difference between immaculate or perfect versus imperfect. All the things that we experience, all the things we desire in this mundane world that we exist in, they are not imperfect and they're not perfect. So thus they lead to suffering. But so here, when we visualize that the nectar is actually immaculate. It is perfect. So this is something that we need to take note on, take understanding on.
Chikang tarzam borsak tang chibi tang de chenchin sayu lama musu jupati stang chala sarji lama varji chala itamji lazo topi ke taji namkala hwangun denji zarnga la so ishi tang lele tepi chuchung tongmi chotong yirla judala so ban khode di ok sarji tang de garu tong chao jab chi sibyo don chim changa la so garu lanchak chin dombur jirwi kangsam rugtuk semchen tamchen nizir lar dik ba tarar chit tene stang sarji chi lama sangji dom sangje se ha choktom che ba tamche chirjok dorji rukku chanji dirsip chitang te sur rang chorzo de ba jang tamsing nyamchak shang choktom nguru to par sam varna yetamar jirdi jituk hatson chi jagarang Ranang Samsung Dorji, Kurlu, Renchin, Padmar, Jatam La, Sopar Namba Chanji, Ruku, Dirsip Chitang Teoksur, Rungo Tsozo, Jabatok, Tamsun Yamchak Shang, Chok Tamungo, Mutu Topar Sam, 华文看着去中中嘛换滚等起三个东西把拉索把南京讲你这几这个研究的是这种的说人个操作这把刀单去想去这边gar chen var chit tham che sam than chin molum la so tham che pero sam ne tenim don kanjit tene kanjit dinas 接下来呢就是观想我们之前所观想的这些一切甘露无漏的智慧自信的这些甘露要做供养了。那做供养的时候要怎么观想呢？接着于自己前方的虚空中观想有一柔软舒适的宝座，大恩根本上师亲自安坐其上，上师的上方是根本传承上师，中间是本尊圣众，也就是说上师坐在这个法座上，然后上师的上空呢就是观想这些传承上师们就在上空中，然后中间的这个空中也是还是在上师的头顶的中间的这个空中就是观想本尊圣众于托把口对面的虚空中托把口对面的虚空中观想吉祥护主75尊等智慧和业力所成的护法神以及地方神土地神，于其下方大地上观想8万种魔众15种小鬼恶鬼等魔众为主客的3界6道之一切众生，如日辰般密集。父子观想上方所有的根本传承上师佛菩萨全部用具金刚管之舌吸引甘露的精华后享用，后而自己圆满了资粮清净净出了罪障，而所施誓言也得以清净获得了共同殊胜成就。又观想中间的根本4序部6序部诸尊重，以各自特有的标志之舌即具有空心的金刚法轮珍宝莲花金刚十字架等悉属甘露之精华后享用，从而自己圆满了资粮尽出了罪障，所施誓言也得以清净，获得了共同殊胜成就。又观想空行勇士护法吉祥护主75尊等以及以具日光空管之舌吸入甘露精华而享用，从而自己圆满了资粮清净的业障，遣除了一切修持菩提圣法的违缘障碍，增上了一切顺缘所欲的善妙资粮这是上供数斋就是之后就是我们之上观想了一大很多这个甘露，这些就是拿来要干什么呢？拿来我们就是要供养上供，这个就是上供那这里就没有什么不清楚的地方就按照这样观想就可以了。
And then, so of all the nectar that we visualize, the immaculate primal wisdom nectar, at this point when we do the visualization, what do we do with that? Well, this is the time to make an offering. So how do we visualize the practice, the offering? Here in the text it says, visualize in the sky in front of you a throne pile with silken cushions on which is seated your gracious root teacher in person. Above him are the lineage teacher, Around him are all the idioms. So here you visualize the lineage teacher with above the lineage teacher. Here you first begin visualize your guru sitting on a throne with the lineage teacher above him or her, and then within that upper space with the lineage teacher, you visualize the idiom deities around them, around the lineage teachers. So that's how you visualize in terms of the orientation. And continue on. Above him are the lineage teachers. Around him are all the idioms. And below in the space above the skull cups are the 75 glorious protectors and all the hosts of other Dharma protectors, both the wisdom protectors and the protectors constrained by the effect of their past actions, along with the deities of the locality and owners of the ground. Below the skull, visualize all the beings of the 6 realms and the 3 worlds, among your principal guests are the 80,000 types of obstacle makers, 15 great demons that prey on children, and in short, all those who create obstacles to whom you owe karmic debt, teeming like the countless specks of dust in the sunbeam. And then continue on in terms of the offering. Now visualize that your root teacher, the lineage teacher, and all the assembled Buddhas and Bodhisattvas above his head all imbibe the nectar through their tongue, which have the form of a hollow vajra tubes. As a result, you complete the accumulation, you are free of your obscuration, your violation and breaches of samaya are purified, and you attain both the common and supreme accomplishments. The idioms and deity of the 4 and 6 classes of Tantra surrounding the teacher also consume the nectar, absorbing it through hollow tongues whose shapes correspond to the symbol associated with each deity, a vajra, a wheel, jewel, lotus, or cross vajra. As a result, you complete the accumulations, clear away your obscurations, purify all violations and breaches of samaya, and attain the common and supreme accomplishments. The Dakas, Dakini, 75 glorious protectors, and all the other Dharma protectors now also take their share of their nectar through the hollow sunbeams of their tongues. You complete the accumulations and are free from all obscurations, all obstacles and circumstances unfavorable to the Dharma, and the attainment of enlightenment are dispelled. All favorable circumstances and good things that you seek are multiplied. So here, and this is how we do the visualization. This is what we do. This is the kind of like the subject in which we make the offering to. So here the visualization is straightforward. So just as you practice, just visualize in this order manner.
就是这样观想就可以了。通常呢，我们所说的断法里面有很多种。比如说是这里全部是所谓的上供素斋，其实还有其他比较大的仪轨里面的话，还有荤斋等等的。那这里面就是上供素斋这样，基本上那这个上面我们所说的本尊慎重这些全部都是我们所谓的在事部、行部、瑜伽部、马哈瑜伽部，然后就父序部、母序部，然后就是无二序部。这里我这样讲一下好了。我们的上面讲了个本尊4序部、6序部的尊重。这个就是讲的是4序部的话，这里是我们所谓的4序部，就是事部、行部、瑜伽部，然后就大瑜伽部，这就是4序部这个4序部的所谓的本尊的意思。然后呢，就是6序部的话，就是在事部、行部、瑜伽部上面加就是父序部、母序部，然后就是无二序部就是这个3个一共就是6序部这样的这些一切本尊慎重这样。
So usually when we practice the chod, there are different types. So here we refer to as, and also here we do the practice of the white feast. However, in their large sadhanas, there are other types of feast, such as the red or black feast. And here, and also the subject of the offering, when we refer to as the four tantra, and then the deities of the 4 or 6 tantras, the 4 and 6 classes of tantras, that these deities, they enrich the 4 tantras.
只要 Upa Yoga, Driya Upa Yoga and Upa Yoga and 大瑜伽是 Great Yoga.
Okay.
I think this 4.
Okay. So the 4 tantras are Triya, Upa, Yoga, and Great Yoga. These are the deities of the 4 tantra class. And then the 6 tantra class deities are the 4 plus the...
No, not the 4, just 3 plus.
Oh, the 3?
Driya Upa Yoga plus the...
Okay. Triya, Upa, and Yoga plus the male tantra,
Mother Tantra and Father Tantra and the War Tantra.
And then the non-duality Tantra. So these are the 4 and 6 classes of tantras of deities that we visualize.
也对。然后这里又讲了一些，那个护法里面有，业力所成的这个护法神，这些有些这里讲了很多这个护法这些护法神里面，有些是世间的护法，有些是出世间的护法神，所以呢，这里所以有很多不同的，比如说是在地方神呐、土地神呐，这些可能就是世间的护法神，然后呢，就其他的有一些护法的话，他们是出世间的护法神，这样就是所有的这些护法神。
Here, when we refer to as the Dharma protectors, they're what we refer to as the wisdom protectors, and also what we refer to the protector constrained by the effect of their past actions, such as this is what we refer to as the Dharma protectors of this mundane world. And also along with such as the deity of the local deities, as well as the owners of the ground, these can be categorized as the protectors of the mundane world. So and then we visualize all these protectors.
那今天我们就讲到这里。那接下来大家有什么问题的话，可以提问问题啊。
So this stops. We will take a stop here for today, and if you have any questions, now it's time for Q&A.
这可能关掉。请谁先举呢？